Hi, everybody, and good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope your Thursday is going well. My name is Sandy Elson, and on behalf of the travel professional community and travelprofessionalnews.com, I want to welcome all of you to today's webinar. Our host today is Independent Brands, and our speaker for Independent by Liberty Travel is Christopher Zarate. Chris's topic today is how to market yourself and grow your business. And I'm sorry, that was Zarate, not Zarate. Christopher Zarate. Chris serves as brand leader at Independent by Liberty Travel and has been with Flight Center of the Americas since 2016, where he served as a senior area leader to retail sales prior to his current role. Chris is focused on growing the Independent by Liberty Travel network to be the most highly sought after host agency for independent travel agents in the United States. Before joining the Flight Center family of brands, Chris served as an award-winning leader and strategic advisor for corporate retail brands such as Sears, Circuit City, Old Navy, and Finish Line. During his time with Circuit City, Chris created a sales program that generated $26 million in new revenue to the business. Prior to his contribution to corporate retail sales, Chris owned his own retail storefront for 3 years, to which he attributes most of his success. Chris frequently speaks at conferences in the sales industry, teaching professionals and entrepreneurs how to grow their business through lead generation, social media, and local community marketing. He resides in New Jersey with his wife and 2 children. As a commitment to the community he grew up in, Chris spends his free time hosting fundraising events for underprivileged children, and that's really fantastic. Before we get started, please remember that you are all muted, but we welcome your questions. You can type in your questions at any time in the question area you see on the right-hand panel of your screen. At the end of Chris's presentation, we'll get to as many questions as we can. Also, Chris will be giving away 4 $25 gift cards, and that is such a generous offer. I'll give you more about that card giveaway a little bit later, but as a hint, you really want to pay close attention to the webinar. So let's get right to all this exciting information about how to grow your travel business. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate this opportunity. I am the new kid on the block, and obviously I have a lot to tell and a lot of things to share. Yes, I am new to the travel industry, and I first want to kind of tell you how I got into the travel industry. I've only been here for about 3 years, and I have more like 27 years of retail experience at multiple different levels in a lot of different companies. One of the things that I've always loved is I've always loved creating strategies to help generate leads. I have ideation, which is a strength that allows me to think differently on how to build businesses and create opportunities where other people only see obstacles. So that's kind of the thing that I love to do. And I always get this personal high of just seeing people become successful. I did it when I was a leader. I did it when I owned my own business, and I currently do it now consulting and coaching independent agents. So how did I get into travel? You're probably asking, because I'm hardcore retail. Look, if you want to know about buying a washer, dryer, refrigerator, stove, I'm the guy to talk to, right? Because I came from the technology field. I came from the appliance field. I came from a soft good field. So I sold clothing, apparel, sneakers. And to me, it was always fun selling that stuff. I always thought that, you know, I would be the president of a company one day because of all the things that I knew and all the strategy that I created to make a sale, right? And obviously enhance someone's look, appeal, lifestyle, and their overall wants of some new technology. And you know, one of the things that I realized was how much I love to just talk. So the one thing that I always believed in was I believe that if I can tell my story to someone and I can get them to believe in me, then I can help them. I can help them build their brand, build their business, and grow. So in retail for 27 years, and I noticed that there was a downward trend in retail. Things are changing. Internet came in 20 years ago, 15 years ago, really started to affect us. Amazon, Walmart, all these different companies. And what happened was retail wasn't adapting fast enough. They didn't pivot fast enough to counter that, you know, that internet world. But it's funny to me, right? It's funny because it's starting to level out. It's starting to level out. And just like that saying goes, history repeats itself, right? So I want you to think about that for a second, because history does repeat itself. In the early 80s, the malls came in and they took over everything in the early 80s. They killed a lot of those mom and pop spots, those strip mall stores that were close to home, those community centers. It really hurt them. You saw real estate values going down. You saw it slide backwards. And then what happened was, now we're fast forwarding and the internet is killing the malls, right? But it's funny that the internet is killing the malls, but yet communities are coming back to life, because people are now, they don't want to really shop online like they used to for something that they can get within their community. And they don't want to go to the mall anymore because it's become too big for them and too massive and too confusing. So if you notice the trend, that it does repeat itself, and it's taken us right back to the communities, and it's taken us back to those people that have the knowledge, that someone you could see, that you can touch, that you can, speak with, that can give you the experience of whatever it is that you want to buy. So if you look around your community today and you see those bigger companies have realized that and created small businesses within the communities, and mom and pop spots have come back. And again, all the reason why we could see the shift of, the human interaction of back in the days has become digital today, but it looks like it's going back to a digital human interaction. So think about that as I go through my presentation on how to market yourself and grow your business. And then, of course, I noticed that trend was heading that way, and I got an opportunity to consult for a company and Liberty Travel and come in. And I got to tell you, it changed my life. My idea of a vacation was going to Newark, New Jersey, and hanging out with, my uncles and nieces and nephews and my people there. And then I thought I really elevated myself when I went to Orlando for the first time. I said, oh man, I'm in heaven. This is a vacation. Or Orlando at somebody's borrowed estate, or I went to one of those little Sheraton spots, and I was like, okay, I'm in heaven. I thought this was it. But when I came to Liberty Travel, and my first 3 months, they said, welcome aboard. We're going to be going to Singapore. And I said, okay, sounds great. New guy. All right. Yeah, I can do that. I'll be there. And I hang up the phone and I looked around and I said, what's a Singapore? Totally lost. I had no idea how big the world really was. And then I went to Singapore, and it changed my life. And I walked in Cambodia and the ruins of Angkor Wat, and I went to Vietnam, and I walked, in Hawaii and experienced that, and Jamaica and Mexico. And Mexico is so beautiful, and it changed my life. And at that point, I realized I should have been here 20 years ago. So I'm glad I'm here now, and I'm glad you're here. And I'm going to share 27 years. Just hear me out. I'm going to share 27 years of experience on things that work. And trust me, I also know the things that don't work. 27 years of failure and experience is what I have. And because of that, I'm very passionate about what I talk about. So let me first start with the first slide. So I like to do a little research. I like to find out a little bit about, how can you make money today, right? How can a average person make money? So I went on Forbes Online, and Forbes Online actually says that there's 27 ways to make money today, if you wanted to, from home or online. How do you do it? Well, number 3 out of 27 ways to making money online, number 3, ironically, was becoming a travel agent. And man, that put a big smile on my face when I was reading it. I was like, this is number 3. I got to share this. As I kept reading, I said, all right, let's go. I'm going to go through all 27. I got number 9, which was become a travel writer. So Forbes magazine online published an article last year in 2018, and it said 27 ways to make money online. And that was become a travel agent and become a travel writer. So that right there made me feel really good about this industry, because it is growing, it's moving forward, and it is changing. So I did a little more research, and I wanted to find out the size of the market. So in my head, I needed to understand how big this business is and how much is it growing. The independent space, the independent travel space. And I came up with some interesting figures here. So if you notice, from 2016 to 2021, it is estimated that the travel agency gross bookings by segment, right? So that's travel agencies and independent travel agents. are going to grow from $108 billion in 2016 to $127 billion by 2021. There is so much money on the table in the world of travel that we sometimes don't even realize how big really is. So by 2021, it'll be a $127 billion industry and growing. As you can see, it's grown 4% from 17 to 18. It's dipped a little bit in 18 to 19, and it's back up 20 to 21, and it continues to grow. And more specifically, that segment that is known as the independent contractor or independent agent, that person that works from home. So pretty interesting fun facts, and obviously I have all my figures there from Phocuswright from 2018. So the size of the market, $127 billion. So if you're listening to my voice right now, I just want you to understand one thing. Just understand one thing for me. You are in the right industry. And there are so many reasons why it's the right industry. $127 billion tells us that it's the right industry, and I'll share some more good stuff. The overall U.S. travel agency market is forecast to reach $127 billion by 2021, right? That's up $112 billion from 2017. So that's a massive increase from the 112 that it was originally to 127 that it'll be in 2021. It could be even higher than that. Today's travel agent, some facts around today's travel agent. The profile of today's travel agent is changing. For the first time, the majority of the respondents work from home that are tipping this scale at 51%. That's one of the highest they've seen in many years. That means a lot more people are working from home. I don't know if any one of you have ever taken a minute, but I recommend it to read a book called The 4-Hour Work Week, right? It is an amazing book, and it just shows that industries and things to be successful in business today are focused or geared more to working from home. And this is pretty amazing that the travel industry allows you to do that. 48% of those are home-based respondents identify as independent contractors, like I just mentioned. So here's some fun facts around that. Customers use an agent because they have a personal relationship as well as their expertise. So obviously we all know word of mouth is incredibly important. We all know that, but you can't just live on word of mouth. You need to expand, you need to grow, you need to think differently, and you need to test boundaries of the ways that you can market yourself that have never been done and you haven't done before, nor do you think might work. Trust me when I tell you, when you test or do some of these things that I'm going to ask you to do today, they will work for you. I promise they will work, because even if they don't get the result that you want from it, you will get a different perspective on it. I've tested it, I've seen it, and people have always come back to me telling me, Chris, this was something different. You had me outside my comfort zone. I tried it, it didn't work, but it gave me ideas for other things. I tried it, it did work. I can't believe I'm making this money. I tried it, it worked. It's out of control. I don't know what to do next. Those are the responses I get every single time when I share some of these best practices. Now, this is not going to be your traditional webinar. I'm not just going to read a bunch of stuff to you. I'm going to tell you to do some things here. I'm going to challenge you to try some things differently, because that's the whole purpose of this, is for you to learn by not just hearing, by seeing, but also doing. So there's some homework here that I'm going to challenge you to try. Here's another fun fact. Text messaging, please hear me out on this one. Text messaging to making a booking is now among the top 3 methods for home-based agents in the travel agency today. I'm going to share some facts with you in a little while around the response time of a text messaging versus a phone call, which, by the way, when you call my cell, I don't even pick up my phone anymore. If I don't know the number with all those robocalls out there, I'm not picking up. I let it go to voicemail, and I listen to my voicemail later. Today, when I get an email, I don't respond that quick to my email. You know why? Because I'm getting all kinds of stuff on email. I'm getting, Bed Bath & Body Works. I'm getting Best Buy. And I get them. I gave them my email at some point, and I like them, but I just don't want to respond to them right away, and it gets cluttered. Like, I've been in my personal email, let me tell you, it's gone as much as 1,000 emails in there. Some of you probably are shaking your head right now saying, yeah, I can relate with that. It's hard to filter through. And then obviously text messaging. Now, here's a fun fact around text messaging. A text message is 90% more likely to respond within 90 seconds of actually getting the text message. It's communication at its fastest. And I'll show you a trick around that a little bit later. Agent cites the supplier's brand reputation. So here's where it's important to know your product, right? I would never buy something I didn't know enough about. Like I told you, I sold washer dryers, refrigerator, stoves, vehicles, clothing, sneakers. I can tell you everything about it. I can tell you how it's made. I can tell you the difference between disposable clothing and long-term clothing. I can tell you the difference between a washer with a 7-cycle built in versus a 4-cycle built in. I can tell you different wattages. I can tell you all about how to save energy on different refrigerators and why, how many cubic feet. And it's so important because when you have that relationship with the brand that you're selling and you have a relationship with the partner that sells that brand, obviously you're going to make for a purer, for a more honest and authentic sale. And I think that's very important today. You know, purity, honesty, and authenticity is very important. And you can feel that probably in my voice right now. I said it so fast, it came out so smooth that you would know. You would probably sit there saying to yourself, this guy might know what he's talking about when it comes to washer, dryer, refrigerator, stove. Yeah, I came from that world. As you heard before, I worked at Sears for many years. I worked at Circuit City, and I was in front of technology. I owned my own business, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as we're going along. So very important to have that brand knowledge and obviously know your property and know what you're selling to your customers, right? That's a fun fact and obviously one of the reasons why people buy. Okay, I know I'm going fast because I'm really passionate and I'm really energetic, but I know we have a question out there, right? We have our first question, right, Sandy?
Yep, we can go ahead and do that. And we're going to do the first $25 prize giveaway now. The way this is going to work is that Chris is going to ask you a question about something he covered already, and I'm going to take the 5th correct answer I see come across my screen, and I'll announce the winner when we have one. So please wait for Chris to ask the entire question before you answer. I won't entertain any answers that come in before he has finished the question. So Chris, whenever you're ready, go ahead with question number 1.
Thank you, Sandy. Okay, here it is. I hope you're paying attention because everything I'm getting is real facts for you and it's real things that have happened to me, and I'm sharing some pretty awesome tactics. Okay, so here's the first one. Forbes Online said that out of the 27 ways to make money, what are the 2 that are in travel? I want you to write the number 1 and the number 2. We should have some of that theme music playing right now.
Okay, I'm looking for the 5th correct answer.
27 ways to make money today. 2 of them are in travel. The number 1 is what, and number 2 is what?
Okay, we have a winner. I'm just going to write down the answer. And after the webinar is over, we're going to pass along the names of the winners to Chris and his team, and they will get in touch with you as to how to redeem your gift card. And the winner, let me give you the answer first. The answers to this question are number 1, become a travel agent, or number 2, become a travel writer. And our winner is Dawn Bastos. Dawn Bastos, congratulations. You have won the first of the $25 gift cards. And that's great. Okay, Chris, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and answer and continue.
Thank you, Sandy. All right, fantastic job, Dawn. Congratulations. You're paying attention, you're listening, and I can feel your energy. So let's continue creating a business plan with 3 tools. So here's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something different. I have a little under 400 Independent by Liberty travel consultants, independent agents that work with us, right? And these are people that are out there building their business, growing their business, making money, creating a different life for themselves. And out of these 400, under 400, I actually shared this plan with them. And I want to share it with you, even though you might not be directly part of Independent by Liberty Travel. I want to share it with you because I believe this plan works. It's simple, it's effective, and we've gotten results from it. And I got to tell you, the energy that's coming out of my team right now in Independent, and I know they don't work for me there, but I call them part of my team, part of my family. Those independent agents have been going bananas since they learned how to do this. They've been using the tools, the resources. They've been coming back and tagging me and letting me know their stories, how it happened, what worked, what they sold. They're very excited, and now they're taking it to the next level. So the 3 plans that I'm going to give you today, I encourage you to write them down, because they're going to be pretty powerful for you if you decide to use them. Okay. First one I call is Mobile Mania. I like to call it Mobile Mania because I like the name stuff, and I call it Mobile Mania because I'm going to give you these tools to use today. Text messaging in your business, you're going to learn how to do that through something I called Mobile Mania. Yes, it's using your cell phone. The second thing you're going to learn at Mobile Mania is how to share content, pictures, flyers, or ask for referrals, right? And that's simple. Another thing that you're going to learn how to do using your cell phone. The third thing you're going to do is pictures sell, right? Pictures always sell because that's the visual sell. And obviously how to post on Mobile Mania, how to post through using your phone, which a lot of you know how to do, but it's always in the wordplay. The next thing you're going to learn is tool number 2 out of the 3 that I'm going to give you is social media madness. I like to emphasize and make things sound crazier than they are because that's just the way I am. And what you're going to learn with social media madness is you're going to learn how to go on Instagram and the best times to post on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm going to share some statistics with you around Facebook, the generational statistics, and where is your customer coming from. These are very important yet simple things that each of you should know, especially if you're targeting marketing yourself, your business, and your brand. Third thing you're going to learn through social media is YouTube. And here's the question, and I wrote YouTube ... Where is yours? And I'm going to share some pretty powerful things around YouTube that you might nod your head and say, you know what? He's right about that. And then personal websites. Your personal website is your resume. What does it look like? How powerful is it? And again, a lot of these are just tips and tricks and conversations that I want to have with you and share these best practices. So what is the third tool? The third tool is my favorite. The third tool is local community networking. Now, you heard me in the beginning. You heard Sandy say that, I'm very involved in the community. I got to tell you, I love the community. I'm involved in the community. I remember where I came from. I always go back and give back to where I came from. I'll show you how to create community events, right? Using a website. Sign up to be part of an event, getting a table, being part of the drive, create a donation, a charity, and even explain why some of these are important. So you'll see that in the 3 tools. So these are the 3 tools that I am providing for you today for free, and with all the passion in the world, because with 27 years of both failed and successful experience in multiple different industries, and now found a home in one of the most amazing industries that I'm so grateful to be part of. You're going to really appreciate it, and I know you're going to go out and execute some of these. And to me, it doesn't matter who or what host agency you're with. The only thing that matters to me is that you remember that we gave you these amazing tools for you to go out there and be successful, because like I told you in the beginning, I love to see people succeed. Okay, let's start with Mobile Mania, right? So Chris, what is Mobile Mania? What is this thing about the cell phones that you have? Well, here's what I'll say to you. If I were to ask every one of you attendees that are on this call right now to open up your phones, right? Go to your contact list, go all the way to your bottom of your contact list, and I want you to tell me exactly how many contacts are there in your contact list. It's okay. You don't have to do it. I did this in a room of 100 people, and I had every one of them write how many people they have on their contact list. And in a room, in a session, part of a presentation, we had about a little under 70 people in the room. We found 32,000 contacts. So I made them add them up. Yes, I made every person who had a cell phone pull out their cell phone and tell me exactly how many contacts they had on their cell phones, and I counted every single one of the contacts. And we came up with over 32,000 contacts. So here's my question to you. Sometimes you're sitting there, you're waiting, you're looking around, you're hoping, you're wishing, maybe praying for the next customer. But What you don't realize is he or she is right there on your phone. Your customer's right on your phone. Your customer is your best friend. Your customer is your business partner, someone who you do business with. Your customer is someone that you have on your phone. He's your contact. It could even be your plumber. He's your contact. On your cell phone, it's called contacts, which means contact them. Contact them and tell them what you do. Contact them and share with them what you do. Contact them and send them a little picture of a great destination and ask them if they know anyone who's interested in an incredible experience at the Bahamas, an incredible experience in Jamaica, an incredible experience in Mexico, an incredible experience in Europe. Whatever you specialize in, contact them. Don't be afraid of them. Don't sit there in your kitchen table and look around and wait for the next customer. Don't hope for the next customer. Don't pray for the next customer. Well, you could pray and that's okay, but you have to act. You have to use the resources that are in your pocket. I just finished telling you one of the most powerful tools used today is your cell phone. Your cell phone. 32,000 contacts we found in the seminar that I created. And everyone's mouth just opened up. And I said, sometimes what we're looking for is right in our pocket. So here goes some fun facts around why I feel so pumped around cell phone and our contacts within our cell phones. General mobile usage statistics. In 2008, mobile represented 12% of the overall digital consumption. In 2015, it jumped up to 51%. Yes. So it went from 12% to 51%. Today, it's closer to 85% of the overall digital consumption. Have you ever walked down the subway as you're walking in? How many people are on their cell phones? Have you ever walked into a restaurant and saw people on their cell phones? Have you ever walked down the street and saw people down on their cell phones? People are reacting fast to everything and anything that comes on their cell phones, especially text messaging. The average adult spends over 3 hours and 15 minutes a day on their cell phone, and that's not including listening to their voicemail or text messaging. That's just on their cell phone. 68% of mobile users are engaged with brands via apps. Let me ask you guys a question. There's about 80 of you on this right now. How many of you guys have a bank app on there? How many of you guys have an Uber app on there? How many of you have Uber Eats app on there? How many of you guys have an app on there? Right? 68% of mobile users are engaging brands via apps. 83%, and this has changed. It's not just millennials, but 83% open a text message within 90 seconds of receiving them. As I'm talking to you, I'm getting a text message on my phone right now and I glanced at it. It's less than 90 seconds. I broke that average. 90 seconds of receiving them. Considering there's over 6 billion text messages are sent every United States. Think about these statistics. Is right in your pocket. And when you just approach it differently, approach it professionally, approach it with fun, approach it with facts, and approach it with energy and enthusiasm, it'll create the one thing that we all want you to have, an opportunity for a sale. It's more fun facts. So how many contacts do you have? So here is my challenge. My challenge to every one of you, and I'd write this down if I were one of you or all of you, is choose one person on your phone right now. Go ahead, open up your phone, look through it real quick, go to your contacts, look through it, and just land on a name and ask yourself, have I spoken to this person in a really long time? And if you haven't, send them a text message. Here's an example of the text message that I did at our Independent by Liberty Travel Conference in Puerto Vallarta. I had 70-something people send out a text message that said something like this. It didn't have to be exactly like this, but everything I'm saying is authentically real because it was beautiful. I'm in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and currently looking at the most beautiful view I've ever seen. The view that I saw there, by the way, was pretty amazing. I haven't seen a view like that, and I've never been to Puerto Vallarta till I went to my Independent by Liberty Travel Conference that we just had last month. And I said, I just wanted to ask if you know anyone who would like to come here for their next vacation. Because I sell travel, in case you forgot. Love Chris Zarate, or love your name, right? And every one of you have been to a property that you could say something like that up. Every one of you could look at a picture and say, oh my gosh, we have a great deal going here, going there, and send out an equal text message that shows your passion and reminds everyone because I sell travel, just in case you forgot. Because you know what? I guarantee you one thing. Every contact that is on your phone right now as I'm speaking, they don't all know you sell travel. Because I have over 1,000 contacts on my phone, and they don't all know I sell travel. I'm still working on contacting all of them, one at a time. And it's amazing of the results that I get. So I asked the team to do this. This was an actual drill at Independent by Liberty Travel Consultant, a conference that I had. And I waited. And it took a little while because people were trying to figure it out. People were trying to write their own thing. I said, be authentic, be original, write something from the heart, write something that you really appreciated about this property, write something maybe to someone you haven't talked to in a while and saying, hey, Jimmy, remember me? It's Chris. I haven't spoken to you in a while. How's the family? I forgot to tell you, I sell travel. Love to catch up. Let's have lunch one day. It could even be as authentic and as simple as that. So I did this drill in Puerto Vallarta. I did it live. I did it while I was on stage with over 70 people. And here's what you heard next. There was silence after they all conducted their first text message to that one person that they hadn't talked to in a while. And then all of a sudden you heard, broop, 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 broop. That's my, imitation of a text message coming through, by the way. So all of a sudden, people started to get text messages back. And every one of those text messages was positive. And they were saying, oh my God, I didn't know you were there. It's a beautiful scene. Oh my gosh, I was looking for a trip, but not necessarily Puerto Vallarta. Can you get me something in Hawaii? Oh my goodness, that's so nice. Congratulations. Oh my goodness, we haven't talked in so long. What business are you in now? You say travel. Wow. And I made every one of my people read them out. And they did. And it was so positive. It was so encouraging. Again, we weren't looking for a sale. We were looking for the opportunity to present a communication that we are in travel. And check this out. And do you know anyone? Because psychologically speaking, when you tell someone, hey, do you know anyone who wants to make $1 million? The first thing that they say is, yeah, me. When you ask anybody, hey, you know anybody who's wants a hot fudge sundae with sprinkles and some really warm hot fudge on it, maybe a little waffle on the side? Oh, it's so delicious. You know anybody who wants that? In their mind, they got to be thinking like, yeah, me. Hey, do you know anybody who would love to have the vacation experience of a lifetime? And here's the property that I am in right now. So I'm going to speak as I know, because this is the property that I'm at right now. Check out the picture and then send a picture to that person and say, it's so beautiful, I have to share it. Let me know if you know someone who would love to come here. Great family resort. What do you think the answer is from the person receiving that? The answer is, yeah, me. I would love to go. I would love to experience. I would love to see. I would love to be there, because that's how travel makes people feel. And if you don't believe me, ask yourself, right? So this was my first challenge to my team. I did this live. It took me a little bit to do it, and some of them hesitated. Some of them came up to me afterwards with full transparency and said, I got to tell you something, Chris. I didn't believe this. I thought it was silly. I didn't think it was going to work. Like, I never text message people. I send them emails. I do letters. I pass out flyers. I'm on Facebook. If they're not on Facebook, well, then they are not going to get travel. But the way that I did this text message, I just heard back from a lady, and she's actually looking to book next week something. I'm going to get a sale. And guess what? We've had numerous sales through this process since then. Another way of looking at your business, another way of going and marketing yourself, another way of growing your business, another way of using not social media, but your cell phone as a source, that you have those contacts right in front of you. And I know, you know why? Because I was a business owner. I was a business owner at 25 years old. I was a business owner. I owned my own business. For 3 years, I owned my own business, and I'm knocking on wood, I sold it successfully. I sold it and made some money. My first million I made at 26 years old. I might know what I'm talking about. But again, Not everything works out the way it always says, right? A million is not just a million. You got to pay taxes. You got to pay back your loans. And if you got a partner, you got to pay back your partner. But it taught me a lesson. 6 years old. I learned the first lesson that the most important thing that you can do for your business, and hear me out, very important, the most important thing that you can do for your business is let people know you're in business. Sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times, sometimes 4, sometimes 5. And as long as they don't tell me to go flag high, I'll continue to let them know, because I know that eventually they'll need me. And I do it professionally, and I do it ethically, and I do it with high energy, and I do it not expecting it, expecting them to. Nobody's thinking of buying. No one's broke. None of them tax season. None times. It's Valentine's. No, no, no. It's summer. They don't want to go away. No, school are the number one thing every business owner today. It's the excuses that you allow. And I know, because I used to make them. I was the king of excuses. I could come up with every reason why something wouldn't work. But it was only when I felt passion and I was consistent and I tried something outside of my element that I realized that it does work. 20 text messages, send them out. And if you don't feel comfortable with 20, do 2. 2 to 2 people that you haven't spoken to a while. Tell them about a property that you've recently been to. Tell them about a deal that you recently have. Tell them about just connecting with them. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a really long time. Let's have lunch next week. And by the way, I'm in travel, just in case you needed me. So something for you guys to think of. It's Mobile Mania.
Chris, excuse
Second
me
part
one
of Mobile
second.
Mania.
Chris, sorry. We're going through periods of your voice disappearing and breaking up. I don't know if that's something on your end or with the software, but just to let you know, some of what you're saying has gotten garbled.
Uh-oh.
So
Can you hear me okay here?
yeah, I can hear you great now. It's just that sometimes in the course of speaking, you cut out or you're garbled. So I don't know if that's if you're seeing anything on your end there.
No, I can't see anything on this end, but sorry
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, so it's probably some woodchucks chewing on a line in Wichita or something.
Or the the hamster's not spinning fast enough.
Right, or the satellite breaking up. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No problem. Sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can continue to hear me. The next part is Mobile Mania. Mobile Mania is recommended action number 2. So what is Mobile Mania? Action number 2. It's a company called SlideDial. I don't know if you guys have heard of SlideDial before, but what SlideDial allows you to do is allows you, and it's free, it allows you to send multiple text voice messages, not a robocall. It's a voice message. So for example, let's say I had a database of 200 friends and family and customers, and I like to let them know about the latest deals that I have going on right now or that I just discovered. So what I would do is I'd go on my SlideDial app. I leave a little message. Hey, this is Chris Zarate. Just wanted to let you know there's an amazing deal going on right now for Jamaica. I really would love for you to call me to find out more details. This is around the time of year where Jamaica is hot. So please give me a call at this number. You have my information. Have a wonderful day. You leave that message, and then you can actually put the numbers of everyone that you want to receive that message. What happens next is you hit the button, and every one of those messages goes right to their voicemail. Totally legal, totally safe. I had my legal team read all about it because it doesn't robocall them. What it does is it leaves them a voicemail, your voicemail, because you have their number. So it allows you to give them a voicemail, and obviously you could talk about promotions, or you could talk about whatever you're doing. If you're doing an event, you can invite them and send out a global messaging to all friends and family in your database. So this system is actually pretty amazing. It's called SlideDial, and it is free. Mobile Mania recommendation number 3. Pictures speak louder than words. We talked about this before, about the power of text messaging. Pictures through text messaging are also pretty powerful. You know, every time how when you get an emoji, you always laugh and look at it. And those are the hottest things to send out right now. And it gets a reaction from everyone. So the best thing I could tell you to do is take some pictures of those, you know, destinations that you went to, those places that you love, those beautiful pictures that you have on your phone, and share them with friends and family. And tell them to smile. You know why? Because just by telling someone to smile makes them smile. It's actually more powerful to smile than it is to frown. You get better reactions when you smile. So you send them a smiley face, you send them a nice picture, and you say, let me know if you know anyone that wants to go for a destination. Or even send them a text message and say, hey, buddy, can you caption this for me? Look at how beautiful it is. I want to do some advertising. Send it out to a bunch of people. Tell me what you think. Now you get your friends, your family, and even your customer involved. It's okay to tell your client, hey, Mr. Client, I want to send you a picture of this beautiful property. Caption it for me. Tell me what you think. And let me tell you, people love when you ask them for their opinion. And include in the caption how you feel, right? Statistics on how the average man smiles. So this was funny. I saw this the other day, and I had to share it with you. The average man smiles 8 times a day. Women smile 60 times a day, but a baby will smile over 300 times a day. And let me tell you something. Baby Yoda, I don't know if you guys know about Baby Yoda, but Baby Yoda is the cutest thing out. And the internet right now is breaking the internet. And when he smiles, it's the cutest picture. So again, a smile goes a long way. A smile through text pictures go a long way. Sharing property pictures that you've taken with your friends and family and asking people, do you know anyone who wants to go on this destination? That goes a long way. And that's another way for you to market yourself by using your cell phone and pictures. So that was Mobile Mania. So let's go to question number 2, right? Judy, can we go to question number 2, Sandy?
Yep, we're ready. And again, I'll take the 5th correct answer. So, Chris, when you're ready, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, here's question number 2. The size of the travel agent industry is growing. An estimate to hit what by 2021? So how much is that in US dollars? What's it going to be by 2021?
Okay, I'm looking for the 5th correct answer. Okay, wow, lots of correct answers coming in. Congratulations on everyone paying such good attention. The answer is $127 billion, and our winner is Jonelle Brody. Jonelle Brody. So congratulations, Jonelle. We are going to pass your name and contact information along to Chris after the webinar. Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Fantastic. I'm sorry about the difficulty before. I hope it was in my system that they couldn't hear us. I love talking about this stuff. I love sharing these best practices, and I love just capturing people's attention and really getting them to think different. I love the responses. Congratulations, Jonelle Brody. 127 billion is the correct answer. You should feel fantastic. Every one of you should feel fantastic about being in this industry because you are at the right place at the right time. Okay, let's talk about my second favorite thing to do, social media madness. What does that mean? 77% of the U.S. small businesses use social media for sales, marketing, and customer service. Just some fun facts, right? In 2006, it was 11%. It went up as high as 69% in 2018. It's close to 90%, 85 to 90% in 2019 and growing. Social media madness. Let's talk about some more stuff. Social media usage has grown 58%, as you saw, U.S. adults in the last 12 years, and significantly impacting how entrepreneurs, that is you, let me say it again, how entrepreneurs conduct business, that is you, entrepreneurs. 69% of the U.S. adults currently use at least one social media site. I want you to think about that for a second, because every one of you that are listening to my voice right now either have a Facebook, a Twitter, an Instagram, or some other form of social media that they're using. I don't know if anyone has a MySpace, but if you do, God bless you. 69% of the U.S. adults currently use at least one social media site, at least one. Okay, so obviously steadily increasing over the past decades. The percentage of U.S. adults who use at least one social media has gone up, like I said before. In 2008 and 2006, 11% and 69% in 2018, even higher today. Why is that important? All the reason why social media is important. But it's not just any social media. So here's what happens. When you tell somebody, hey, congratulations, you just opened up a business, and now go out there and do your thing. And they say, all right, I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to go to Instagram. I'm going to post some pictures and I'm in business. It doesn't work like that. You have to be a little more strategic about what you post, who you post, and what you're posting, right? So understanding your age market is incredibly important. Let me repeat. Understanding your age market is incredibly important. So if you were selling and you created spring break tours or spring break vacations, for example, you're not going to go on Facebook. I just don't recommend Facebook. You know why? Because when you look at the average age of a user on Facebook, it's 50 years and older, guys. I'm giving you the facts. So if you're creating a spring break vacation packages that you want to target a younger customer, Facebook is not your number one source. Now, go take a look at Instagram, 18 to 24, Twitter, 25 to 29, YouTube, 30 to 49. You would be in the Instagram category. So what will your Instagram say? What does your promotions around Instagram look like? Look at the percentage of people that are using Instagram, 18 to 24, higher in that bracket, in the Instagram bracket. So if you're targeting that, now, if you're targeting, let's say you go out in the community, you create an event with a community center where you got the 50 and older crowd, because some of you are smart. You're going out there and you're creating presentations in community centers. You're getting in there. You're talking to every one of those people that are, you know what they're doing? They're traveling. People that are 50 and older, they've made their money 60, 70. They are traveling the world. So you're going into these community or 50 and older community centers and you're presenting your business to them. You want to also do it on Facebook because that's the majority of the people that are on those age brackets are using those social sites. 50 plus are using Facebook. So this gives you an idea, right? An idea of don't just advertise strategically. Now, here's what the problem is with most entrepreneurs. They don't know where to go. I don't know how to do all that. I don't work for a corporation. Corporations usually get me that information. All of this information can be found online. As a matter of fact, I found it for you. So the next time you say to yourself, I want to advertise Jamaica, or I want to advertise Punta Cana, and I want to advertise it during this time of year where I know this type of customer will go, and I want to advertise this type of property. Chris, how do I do it? You sit with me and I tell you, go to YouTube first, put a Facebook out then, and I'll tell you exactly what times to advertise. Believe it or not, there are certain times that you want to advertise on social media, and there's certain times that you do not. Yes, it has times. And I'll share with you in a second. The company that I researched is called Sprout Social. Here are the key data points we found to be the best times to advertise on Facebook. So I'll give you an example of Facebook. The best time to advertise on Facebook, and this is facts, is Wednesday at between 11 and 1 p.m. I bet you didn't even know that. Wednesday between 11 and 1 p.m. is the absolute best time to advertise on Facebook. Best day, Wednesday is the best day to advertise on Facebook. The most consistent engagement is weekdays from 9 to 3. So if you want to get your point across, the best time to do is between 9 and 3. Worst day to advertise, the least amount of engagement on Facebook is on Sunday. The lowest engagement is early mornings and evenings before 7 a.m. and after 5 p.m. When I first read this, I had to do even more research because I couldn't believe it. I said, no way. I see people on there all kinds of times. But these facts are based on a business, and a business that captures the attention of the right person and that actually gets you a result, which is what every one of you want. You don't want to advertise to advertise. You want to advertise to strategically create a real lead opportunity for yourselves so that you can grow your business. These are facts that I presented to people that were in the industry that they didn't even know. There were people that were coming up to me after my conference, Independent by Liberty Travel Conference in Puerto Vallarta, and they were like, oh my gosh, Chris, I've been doing social media forever and I never knew that. And you're right. I thought about this. You're right. 11 o'clock Wednesdays, it's powerful. It's halfway through the week. You're right. 9 to 3. Even though people are working from 9 to 5, what do people are usually working from 9 to 5 are doing? They're on their phones. Every time the boss isn't looking, they're sneaking on their phones to see what's going on in the world. After 5, they're not. They're in their car. They're headed home. They're about to eat. They're with their family. It dies out. Early in the morning, it's too early before 7 a.m. You think the early bird gets the worm? Not always, and not in social media. Not in social media advertising. These are just fun facts around Facebook. Sprout Social also gave me fun facts around Instagram, fun facts around Twitter, fun facts around all the other social medias that are out there. But these are the important things for you to know as a business owner because it's your business. Okay, let's go to the next one. So what are you going to learn? Identify your social media opportunities. So action 1, here's the actions. I did this real time. So I went around my room at my conference, Independent by Liberty Travel Conference, where I had a little over 70 people there. And how many of them had all 4 in the groups? There wasn't not one group that had all 4 social media. But what I found out, which was more compelling to me, was that almost no one out of the 70 or 80 people that were there, 70 actual consultants, 10 were extras, didn't have a YouTube. No one had a YouTube. How do you not have a YouTube? YouTube is the most powerful search engine on the planet. Matter of fact, the number 1 search engine on the planet is Google. Number 2 is YouTube. You ever YouTube, like YouTube, how to make a skirt? I don't know why I said that, but I don't know if I want to wear a skirt, but how to make a skirt? Have you ever YouTube, how to pack a bag for travel, long-term travel, short-term travel? Have you ever YouTube, I can't find my gas gauge on my new car? I actually did that once, and on YouTube found it for me. When I rented a car, I was like, I rented a car. I was on I was on the gas station. People were beeping the horn, going crazy, and I didn't know how to open up the gas station, the gas gasket. And I YouTubed it and I found out. Have you ever YouTubed my bottom tooth hurts? What could it be? Have you ever YouTubed these things? Because it is the most powerful search engine. And here's what's even more funny about that. Every one of you that's listening to my voice right now can own your own YouTube. You can create your own YouTube. If there's a Molly on the phone right now, Molly, it could be like Molly's how to pack a bag to go to Europe. And someone is going to Google one day, Europe, pack bags. Oh, Molly's came up. Hey guys, my name is Molly, and here's how you pack a bag for Europe. Boom, 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 boom. This is how you do it. And by the way, I own my own business. I sell travel. So next time you want to go to Europe through me, Molly's. And that's how you advertise on YouTube. Less than 1 minute, 2 minutes to make your point. Offer a service for free, and YouTube is free. It blows my mind. Let me share the second one. Post something. Here's the second action. So log onto your commonly used social media site, take a selfie using your cell phone, and post it. I did this at the event, almost similar to the text message. And let me tell you something. We got responses. People started to hit likes on the picture that we were taking of that property, of that destination. And yes, we got leads, and yes, they turned into sales. Here goes some more social media madness. Competition time. The first, and I sent this out as a competition that I did within the room, and I said the first 3 agents who get a sale based on today's groups will receive a free limited edited 1-minute video that they can put on their social media. And I did that for my team at the Independent by Liberty Travel Conference. And I gave away a free video themselves and get a first sale while at destination. We got more than one. But again, you make it fun, and you could create some fun with yourselves also around doing a video at your next destination, posting it on the YouTube, seeing if you can get a sale, and how fast will it take you to get a sale. These are the things that are important. Okay, so here's my Zarate challenge for all of you before I go to the actual next gift card, because I know I'm running out of time. So here's the Zarate challenge for everyone who's listening to my voice. 82 of you attendees, thank you very much for being here today. Here's my challenge to you. Go make a YouTube. of yourself, of your business, of what you do, of your love, of your passion, of your last destination, of your first destination. Tell a story. Let me meet your family. Tell me how to pack a bag. Show me when's the best time to go to Paris, because I've never been there. And the YouTube, by the way, is free. There's actually a YouTube on how to make a YouTube in case you don't know how to make one. And there's the website, youtube.com. Watch right there. You click on there and it'll teach you how to make your own YouTube channel for free. We're talking about growing your business. We're talking about marketing yourself. We're talking about perspective. We're talking about a different way for you to challenge yourself. If you want to. If you don't, you don't have to. But trust me, if you try it, it'll give you a different perspective. Let's try a third gift card. So
Okay.
Sandy, can I go ahead and with the third gift card?
Yep. And again, this is the third of 4 gift cards that Chris is giving away, $25 gift card. And Chris, go ahead and ask question number 3.
Question number 3. Here it is. Ready, guys? Are you all ready? All 81 of you. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 left, but that's okay. They can always listen to this later. Here it is. What is the name of the app that can make more than one call and leave thousands of voicemails for free? Are you paying attention? Are you looking to grow your business? Are you want to market yourself differently? What is the answer?
Okay, we have answers coming in, and I'm going to take the 5th correct. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the answer is Sly Dial, and our winner is Michael Birch. So congratulations to Michael Birch. You have won the third of 4 $25 gift cards that Chris is giving away. And Chris, should we go ahead and do the 4th one also, because we are running a little short on time?
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. All right, let's go for it. Ready?
Ready.
What industry did I come from?
Okay, what industry did Chris come from? And we'll take the 5th correct answer. All right, let's see. Okay, the correct answer is retail, and the 5th correct answer was posted by Nikki Hale. So congratulations, Nikki. You will also be getting the last of the $25 gift cards. And we certainly appreciate Chris for giving out all those wonderful prizes. Thank you, Chris.
Congratulations, Nikki and Michael. I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it because they're really tuned in here.
They
All
are.
right. I'm going to speed this one up, but this one is fun for me, and this one right here is going to be obvious for you. It's called local community networking. One of the most important things that I've always realized is that sometimes when you're looking for the customer, they're either in your pocket, your phone, they're either on your website, your website, right, or your social media site, or even more importantly, they're your neighbors. They're right outside your door. They're your community, where you live, where you employ people, if you have people working for you, where you pay your taxes if you live in that particular area, the people that you see every day. And I think that is the one reason why I said before that sometimes, or all the times actually, history does repeat itself. And I would say that today, the community is more important than it's ever been. And there's major corporations that actually realize that. And I'll share that with you in a second. So every community has a local website. And if you don't have a local website, if I were you, I'd be living in my community website. Did you know that Paterson, New Jersey, which is where I live, has 16 events in the month of, I believe, November. I'll show that in a minute. In 16 events that I could have participated for free. I could have been with the mayor. I could have been with city council. I could have been giving away or just donating my time to, to feed the homeless in my community. And people would have known who I am and what I did, and that I have as much heart as the next person next to me. And it's so important to be involved in your community. Now, let's say your community doesn't have a website. That's okay. There is an actual site called patch.com. If you go to patch.com, it exists in every community. You can actually, they will search the closest community to you, and they will tell you what events they have on their calendar. If you're listening to my voice right now and you're an entrepreneur and you own your own travel company, your own travel agency, you're an independent agent, you love selling travel, you should be in your community every single day. You should know and live in these websites that tell you It's a calendar. It tells you when the events are happening months in advance, so you could plan out for them. And if you have other friends that are in the travel industry, you guys can even co-op together and work as a team. And 90% of the time, they're free. Joining a community event is free. So here's Patterson's actual website that I used to live in all the time. And there is patch.com, which is on the right side. And it gives you a calendar, and it actually tells you, when these events are happening and where they're happening. Next thing I want to share with you is large corporations are also giving back. And this is what I said before. If you ever heard of a company called I believe this one is Raymour and Flanigan. Yep, this is the Raymour and Flanigan advertising. Raymour and Flanigan is doing community events, and they do things like, fall festivals and second annual makeover extravagances, pajama story, pocketbook bingo. These are like major companies. What does pocketbook bingo or pajama story have to do with anything? Think about it, because they understand the value of the community, and they know they have to be involved in everything the community is doing. You as an independent agent, you should also be involved in everything that your community is doing. They should know you before they know Raymour and Flanigan, because you're always involved in every one of their events. And of course, I always live what I say I do. This is a community event we did last year. That's me on the right. With the glasses on. It was a sunny day, and we actually gave away book bags. We gave away over 300 book bags to kids that don't have them in the community. And I partnered with them. And every one of these people on there, these business owners that are on there, they all know what I do. They all know that I'm in travel. They all know that I love what I do, and every one of them has bought. They bought a vacation for me, except for the one in the beard all the way on the right in the second picture. He hasn't bought one yet. But look at these people. Like, we had Black Panther there. We were giving away turkeys at this other event on the right. You can see that we gave away over 250 turkeys. We gave away book bags for the kids. We gave away that bike down there that you see. Again, just being involved with the community. And I didn't even know this guy in the beginning, the gentleman in the first picture, but he actually reached out to me and he says, I heard you do a lot of things in the community. Can you help us do a community event, giving out turkeys? I've been working with him now for 3 years since I've met him online, coincidentally, and because I didn't know him from anything until he realized I did community events. So in your community events, what I would recommend that you do is go to patch.com if you don't have a community website. Put in your codes, click on the calendar, and find out what events are happening in your community. It is so important for you to be involved within your community. Find a Facebook community groupings and join it. We encourage everyone at Independent by Liberty Travel to focus on these things, and we are getting sales like we've never seen. We are getting leads like we've never seen. We are getting engagement from these business owners like we've never seen before, because they're involved and they're actioning the things that we are recommending that they do, and they love us for that, and we love them back. Find a Facebook community group, because those are powerful. Option number 3, you can find a Zumba instructor. Go and knock on the doors of the gyms. Ask the Zumba instructors, how can you connect with them? Did you know that today Zumba instructors and personal trainers hear me out, group their customers and go on cruises? They go on group cruises. It's huge with Zumba instructors. It's huge with personal trainers. How many of you that are listening to my voice right now would love to take a group of 50 with you somewhere and make that sale? You can make it. It's right in your community. You just didn't realize it. This is a great opportunity to build your group business, to build your tour business. I had a story of a person who knocked on the door of a gym, made a friend with the owner. A year later, sold a group booking of like 100 and something people, went on a cruise. The next year, those 100 people were all buying independent vacations from that person for their family. And then the year later, they did a tour. I think it was India. I'm not sure where they went, but they did a tour, and they were like exercising on their tour. It was like the best thing I've ever seen. And it was happening right outside your community, right at that local gym that you drive by every single day, back and forth and back. All you got to do is stop, knock on the door, introduce yourself to the owner, tell him you're in the community, tell him you're with him because you're his neighbor, and ask him, would you like to do a community event? Something that we can give back, something that I can do to support whatever you do here. And that's how it works. So I wish I had more time. I apologize for going over slightly. I'm sorry about some of the audio that some of you might have missed. Congratulations. You've now come full circle on how to market yourself and grow your business. 3 things that you learned were very important: how to use your mobile, how to use social, and how to get into the community. And then I just gave you different perspectives on how you could do it. Here at Independent by Liberty Travel, this is what I do. Because I come from a different industry, I have a different perspective on how I engage with my customers, how I involve myself in the community, and how I challenge business owners to grow their own business, but grow it at a level that they've never grown it before. Sometimes typical shouldn't be typical. It should be different. And I bring a different aspect to business. But I always have only one desire: to see people succeed. Like I said before, that's like my thing. I love to hear those success stories. I love to see people do good for themselves. And I guess the reason that I love that so much is because a really long time ago, someone gave me an opportunity. Someone wanted to see me be successful. And I'll never forget that person that gave me that opportunity. And today I provide that opportunity here at Independent by Liberty Travel to as many people as I come in contact with. Thank you for your time. Sandy, thank you so much. And I appreciate this was my first webinar with you guys. And I really appreciate Travel Professionals for allowing me to be part of this incredible communication piece with all these incredible people in travel.
Chris, that was absolutely fantastic. You will see that we've had many comments thanking you and asking you to please come back and do it again. So much information imparted, and you have great energy. So this has really been fantastic. Our guest speaker today has been Christopher Zarate, brand leader at Independent by Liberty Travel. And again, Chris, thank you so much. This was just fantastic. And I also want to thank our agents who were in on this call. I know you got a lot out of this. I could tell by the comments, and we know that you enjoyed and learned a whole lot from Chris's webinar. So thank you for taking time out of your day to be here, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.